Hi everyone, welcome to week 2. This week we're going to be talking about families today, and you have chapter 2 to read in your textbook. Please note that as you're going through and reading the things in the chapter, that we will kind of come back to some of this stuff later on. We will be talking a lot about diversity and how diverse families can look and feel and be. And a lot of you in your discussion board, as well as in your journal this week for week 1, you actually alluded to a lot of that, and I love that. I love that this class is so diverse. We have a full class, so it makes it even more fun because everybody's bringing with them all the experiences of life and family and community that have just impacted your life, and it just goes to show how much all those things are going to impact a child, and then how we as a teacher can impact those families and that child specifically by the things that we do. So this week, make sure you're looking at your discussion board. Make sure you're doing it early enough that your friends can post on it and reply to you. I did go in and grade week 1, just so you know, early. And the discussion boards don't close out until Wednesday. And in fact, they won't close out, but that'll be the last time I grade if you do anything past Wednesday. But I think everybody has posted their initial post and pictures and that kind of thing for that Snapchat. However, you just go back in and respond to some of your classmates, get to know your classmates, because in order to build a community of learners that you're going to need to support you throughout this semester, in this class, as well as in your other classes, discussion boards are really important. So make sure you're taking advantage of that, but also responding and reading what other people have posted. Also go in and read your chapter 2. I think everybody at this point should have access to the textbook. It is an e-textbook. You can rent the book from Cengage if you need a physical book. I need a physical book, so that's what I've done. And it's really inexpensive, and you can turn it back in at the end of the semester. The other thing, you do have a journal for this time. And you're going to have a journal each week, so just make sure you're doing those by Wednesday. And then the last thing that you're going to do this time is we have a protective factors. There are several different webinars that you're going to do. So you want to make sure you do that early enough, because some of them take, I think the one this week only takes an hour. But just make sure you're doing those in advance, because you do have to write a reflection on those. It's not just watching it and submitting your certificate or anything like that. You are expected to write a little reflection on that. So please make sure that you're doing that, and that is your journal entry. So you want to do that ahead of time. You don't want to wait until Wednesday to try to do that, because you might run into being late. Recognize that we do not take late assignments in this class. I did go in and grade your discussion boards, so early. Just so you know, I will go back and grade them up through Wednesday. So just make sure you're going back, reading over some of the feedback, if there is any. Make sure that you're posting your initial post by Monday at 11:55. At night, and then you need to follow up with a couple of your classmates. I know this is a very large class, and it can be daunting reading everybody's stuff, but for that first week, it's really important that you do that. That way you get to know the people that are in your class, because that's the purpose of that first week's discussion board. The Snapchat and the pictures were really fun as well. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Get to know your classmates, because we do want to build that community of learners within this class, and it's going to be really important when we start next week and the following weeks to talk a little bit more about diversity and some of the things that we can face when we're dealing with working with families, because we not only work with the children of those families, but we work with families who are very different from us. So as you're reading chapter 2 this week, or going back and reading 1 if you just got your textbook, make sure you're keeping that in mind, to keep an open mind, because you are going to be working with children and families that are very diverse and very different possibly from what you're used to. So keep that in mind, and keep it in mind as you're reading your discussion boards as well with some of your classmates, because I love this, that we have such a diverse group and everybody's coming at it from different perspectives. So I love that, and I am excited about this class. See you in the discussion boards. Bye.